Hello everybody, I hope that you are having a great day or a great morning so far. I have just kind of sporadically decided to make this video, so I don't know what the quality is going to be like. I'm kind of playing around with mics and sounds. I do have construction going on around me, so I'm hoping it doesn't make it too much to the video, but I guess we will see. We're just going to flow together. I don't really have any plans for this class. Like I said, I'm just kind of experimenting, and if this turns out to be good, I will post it. I did have somebody ask for more yoga videos, so I'm just going to try to get one out for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let's get started. We're going to start in a comfortable seated position, whatever that feels like for you. You can stay here on your knees sitting on your feet, or you can come to a cross-legged position, crossing at the ankles, or maybe kind of a very soft lotus. You can come to half lotus, full lotus, if that is in your practice. My hips are not great, so I do not practice lotus in my personal practice. And then wherever you are, you can just rest your hands down, soften your eyes, maybe close them all the way. Always begin practice by grounding and settling your mind. Notice your sit bones connecting to the mat. And I want you to start to stack your vertebra one on top of the other, creating a nice long spine. Think creating space between each vertebra as you sit up tall. Your shoulders will roll up, down, and away from the ears. Nice proud chest. A slight tuck of the chin, really lengthen the back of your neck, and the crown of the head is reaching towards the ceiling. Exhale all breath from your body. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more breath in through the nose. Out through the nose. Relax your breath. Find a cadence that works for you, but let it be a little deeper than when you first came to your mat. You can keep your eyes closed or slowly blink them open. If you are sitting up on your knees, maybe come down to a cross-legged position. We're all going to inhale our arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring your right hand down, left fingertips reach up and over towards the right. You want to anchor that left sit bone down to your mat. That anchoring motion is going to initiate the stretch along the left side of your body. I also want you to think about really shining the chest up towards the ceiling rather than letting that top shoulder hide your face. Really open up. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhale back through center. Exhale, other side. Your left hand comes down, right fingertips reach up and over. The right sit bone is anchored. You're opening up the chest. And I want you to reach more towards the diagonal rather than down. It's not about how far you go. It's about the stretch along that side body. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, both arms back through center. On an exhale, we're going to twist to the right. Left hand comes to the right knee, right hand right behind your seat. On an inhale, I want you to grow nice and tall. Space between the vertebrae. And on your exhale, you start to twist, letting the breath guide your twist. Every inhale, sit up a little taller. Every exhale, maybe go a little deeper. being gentle with yourself. We just started practice. Inhale, come back through center. And exhale, we twist to the other side. Again, inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, twist. Notice if you have a difference from one side to the other. For me today, this side is a lot more stuck than the other side. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale back through center. I like to make fists with my hands and start to roll out my wrists with my arms up, circling one direction. Going nice and slow, feeling the muscles around the wrists really waking up. It's a little bit of a juicy stretch. Go the other direction. And then pause and center. We're going to flash our hands and we're going to blink them super fast and just keep blinking. Warming up all those muscles. It's gonna become tiring quick, and I don't want you to slow down. I want you to keep flashing. It's been a while since I've done this exercise, so I'm really already feeling it. Keep going, keep flashing. We're here for 5. Try to relax your shoulders for 4. Relax your jaw for 3. The space between your eyes for 2. And 1. Shake it out. Relax your arms down. We're going to come onto all fours. So your tabletop position, hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Whenever your hands are on the mat, I want you to spread your fingers nice and wide and grip into the mat like you have claws, like cat claws, and you're digging them into the mat. From here, you're just going to settle in, and we're going to take a few gentle cat-cows. Inhale, dropping your belly, looking forward. And exhale, push and round. Inhale, drop and look forward. Exhale, push and round, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Keep going a few more cycles on your own. If you would like, you can start to move differently in your cat-cows. Just explore movement. One of my favorites is to jump up my torso, bringing my belly button up, down, and around. Whatever exploration you do, make sure you even out both sides. And then find your way back through center. So from here, we're going to really think about our core engagement, okay? So I want you to think your lower core, so kind of the right above your hips to your belly button, that little navel area. I want you to engage in your tabletop and tuck the pelvis under slightly. Then you're going to think about around your belly button and to your lower ribs are going to knit together like a corset. Then those floating ribs you're going to tuck in. So your core is completely engaged here. Send your send your left toes back behind you and send some weight to your heel. Just stretch out the calf. Redistribute your weight between your hands and your knee. Again, think about that core engagement, that slight tuck. We don't want to round our back. It's just bringing the front body to the back body. Think belly button to spine, but your whole front body to your back body. Once you have that nice firm foundation, you can start to lift that left heel in line with your left hip. Don't go any higher. That's going to take your hips out of alignment. Your hip bones want to be pointing down towards the mat. Again, re-engage your core. Keep bringing your focus back to that core. You can stay here if you want. Just like in our last video, you can bring your knee to your nose and then extend. Or if you want more, extend that opposite arm forward. Fingers, toes reach away from each other. Your core knits everything nice and tight, keeping you stable. Big breath in. On your big breath out, we bring our knees to our nose or knee to elbow. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come down to your tabletop if you need to. Shake out your wrist. You can sway your hips side to side. And we're going to go to the other side. Right toes back behind you. Send some weight to your heels. Stretch it out. Come back to center and engage the core. Lower abs, tuck the pelvis under slightly, knit the ribs together. The floating ribs come to your back body, lift the heel. Option to extend the arm. Big breath in, big breath out, we contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, contract. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale, inhale, lengthen, exhale, back down to your mat. Shake it out if you need to. Then we're going to send our right foot out to the side, toes are pointing forward. Your foot can be flat on the ground, or you can just have the inside of your foot, pinky toe pointing up. Your choice, whatever feels more comfortable. From here, I want you to arch your back slightly, a little bit of a cow pose. Exhale, round into cat. Just notice how your inner thigh feels. Move through your cat-cows a few times. And then come back to center. Slight arch in the back. Tuck your back toes. You're going to start to shift back towards your heel. Once you feel your stretch, you can drop down to your elbows, or you can stay up on your hands, whatever feels the most comfortable for you. Inhale, come up to your hands. Swing that leg back behind you. Same thing, I want you to engage the core. You're going to lift the heel. And just like you were doing in your core work, you're going to engage the core. And just like in your cat, you're going to dome the upper back. Bring your knee to your nose and try to step that foot through. It might be hard. I want you to still try. If that's not working today, you can always come from your tabletop, swing the leg around, and heel toe your foot into alignment. So from here, our hands are framing our front foot. We're just going to take a minute to just relax into our low lunge. You can sway the hips, shift forward, back, whatever you need to do to get your hips to settle into this position. Once you're here, we're going to walk our hands up to that front knee. And we're going to come out of the lunge a little bit. And what do I mean by that? Right now, we're kind of dumping forward and relaxing our hips down. I want us to come out, bringing our lower core off of that front thigh. So we're engaging, we're sitting up tall, using the muscles to sit up tall. From here, our right hand is on our right hip, left hand reaches up. Again, with that lower ab tucking under slightly, push the left hand to the ceiling and tip over just slightly. And I'm just going to face you guys so you can see. I'm not doing a huge dramatic side bend. I'm here, I'm pushing the ceiling away, and I'm just tipping. The point of this stretch is to feel it in the hip flexor of the back leg. So when you tuck under, you're creating more space between that muscle, and then you're reaching, you're really stretching that muscle. This is great for you if you work in an office and you're sitting a lot of the day. It's such a beautiful stretch. I'm going to come back. So from here, we're going to inhale, come back through center. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. We're going to straighten that front leg out. I want your back knee in line with your back hip. So I don't want your hips to shift back past your knee. If you need to, inch the front toes forward a little bit more. Flex your front toes. Find your balance here. It can be a little wobbly. You can always have a chair next to you just for some support. And if you have blocks or books that you can use to bring your hands down, you can always do that as well. For now, I want you to try to just find your balance here. Keep the toes flexed, nice and active. Sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. We're going to bend into that front knee, nice low lunge. Sink into the hips. Press into that front foot, shifting back. Bending into that front knee, nice and forward. If the knee starts to get sensitive, feel free to bring a cushion under that back knee. Coming forward. And this time, we're going to pause here. You can start to hinge at your hips. I want you to keep a nice straight spine. And as you hinge forward, find that initial stretch in the hamstrings and pause. Find the balance, keep the foot flexed. Reconnect with your breath. If you feel good, maybe you bring your hands down to blocks. Maybe bring your hands down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, collapse over your leg, round your back. Inhale, gaze goes forward. Your hands come to your hips. Engage the core. Inhale, come back through center. Bend into that front knee. Hands frame the front foot. And again, I would like you to try pushing the hands into the mat. Dome the upper back. Knee to nose, bring the foot back to your tabletop. Or again, you can swing the leg around if that's not happening today. But I want that to be a goal of yours. In yoga, we do tend to use that transition a lot. So the more you can work on that transition, better your practice will feel in the future. We're going to do the other side now. So left foot goes out to the side, toes are pointing forward, tuck the back toes. We're going to just move through a few cat-cows. For me, my left side is always a little tighter than my right. Find some stillness and start to shift back. Option to drop the elbows. And reconnect with your breath in these nice static poses. Inhale, come forward. You're going to swing that leg around. Again, we're going to lift that foot up. You're going to dome your upper back, drive your knee to your nose, and try to step through. Sink into your hips. Give yourself a minute if you need to shift, rock, whatever feels nice. And we're going to walk our hands up to that front knee. Come out of the lunge slightly. Engage and lengthen. Hands come to your hips. From here, straighten that front leg. Flex the front foot. Find your balance. Bend into that front knee. Sink into your lunge. And then come out. Sink down and come out. One more time, sinking down into that lunge. Coming out. Straighten the legs. Lengthen through the spine. This is where we're going to start to hinge at our hips coming forward. I do realize that I missed a hip flexor stretch. We will come back to it. Like I said, I didn't really have a plan for this class. So I'm kind of just doing this on the fly, whatever feels good in my body. If you're ready, you can bring your hands down to blocks or down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, crown of the head reaches forward, and exhale, melt. Find that nice, juicy stretch in the hamstrings. Slowly inhale, straighten the spine, bring your hands to your hips, engage your core, find your balance as you lift up. Now we're going to bend into that front knee. Again, you might need to bring the foot back slightly since we did all of that nice juicy work. You're going to tuck the pelvis under slightly. Right arm reaches up this time. Push the ceiling away and stretch over towards the left. If you feel like you could use a little bit more in this stretch, keep this nice straight spine. Try not to banana boat the back. Inch the toes forward slightly and then just shift forward. Maybe reach a little further. And inhale, come back through center. We're going to frame our front foot. Push the hands into the mat. Dome the upper back. Drive the knee to your nose or your armpit. And then come back to your tabletop. Any movements that feel nice, feel free. Bring your knees wide, big toes touch. Just go ahead and sit on your heels, walk the hands forward. A little break on the knees and the wrists. One more big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, walk your knees underneath your hips. Nice wide fingers. We have one more exercise we're going to do in our tabletop before we begin to flow. You're going to bring your right hand by your right ear. Elbow is pointing down to the mat. This exercise is amazing. You're going to press that left hand down into the mat. I want you to pivot on this left shoulder and rotate at the mid-spine to open up. It's okay if your elbow doesn't point straight to the ceiling. That is not the purpose of this exercise. On your exhale, you're going to point that elbow back down. We're going to do 4 more. Inhale, press and open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open for 3. Exhale. Inhale, open for 2. Exhale. Inhale, last one. Extend the arm to the ceiling this time. Exhale, thread your needle. Right arm comes underneath the left. Your right temple is down on the mat. And for now, your left hand is in front of your face. Option to stay here, or you can walk the left fingertips forward or wrap the left arm behind your back. Breathing into that back of the right shoulder. Your left hand makes its way back in front of your face. Nice wide fingers. Press the hand into the mat. Inhale the right hand up to the ceiling. Exhale back down to the mat. Inhale, drop your belly, look forward. Exhale, push and round. Inhale, back to neutral. Other side, left hand by your left ear, elbows pointing down. Press into the right hand, really press down into the mat, and then pivot on the shoulder, open up through the spine. Exhale, close off. Inhale, press and twist. Exhale, close off. Inhale, we open. Exhale, close. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale, last one, extend the arm. Exhale, thread your needle, other side. So your hand stays here right in front of your face, or you walk the hand forward, or wrap the arm. Try to take the same variation you took on the other side. Wherever you are, that right hand comes back in front of your face. Press into that right hand. Inhale the left hand back up to the ceiling. Exhale, back down. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, push and round. Inhale, back to neutral. Nice wide fingers. We're finally going to get off our knees. Tuck all 10 toes behind you. Press firmly into your mat. Think about your claws. Hover your knees just a couple inches off the mat. And we hold. Keep engaging that core, especially that lower part of your core. One more breath in. Breath out. Send your hips up nice and high, downward facing dog. Take a second to settle into your down dog. It is your first of your practice. You can maybe add some movement, pedaling out the feet, or you can stay in stillness, whatever feels best for you. And slowly we'll all find stillness. Really press your hands into the mat. I want your sit bones to be reaching up to that corner where the wall meets the ceiling. So really send the hips up nice and high. You can bend your knees if you need to. I'd rather see bent knees and straight backs than rounded backs and straight legs. That's not very pretty, I promise. Bend the knees, it's okay. From here you can start to let the heels sink down to the mat, but it is okay if they don't touch. Mine don't. I don't think mine have ever touched, to be quite honest. I'd have to be super warm for my heels to touch the mat. Relax the head, the neck, the muscles in your face. And then inhale, your gaze is going to go between your hands, and very slowly you're going to walk to the front of your mat. Even walking, you're really stretching out your calf and your hamstrings if you go nice and slow. Heel to toe as much as possible until you reach the front of your mat. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Try to get your torso over your thighs and capture either elbow. Relax your upper back, your head, your neck. An option to take ragdoll and sway gently side to side.
Slowly come to stillness. Release your elbows, press your feet into the mat, and slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. And letting your head be the last thing to reach standing. I always like to kind of shake it out. Let the arms swing side to side. And then come back to your neutral stance. Next, we're going to find some sun salutations. The first round, we are going to do our chaturanga on our knees if you are new to yoga, and it's going to be kind of a step-by-step walkthrough. The second time, I'm going to walk you through a full chaturanga if it works for you. And then the third round, we are going to do whatever variation works for ourselves. Okay? So, you can have your feet hip-width distance apart, or if you want a more traditional style, you can bring your big toes to touch and keep a small space between your heels. You're going to roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Really lengthen the spine. Tuck that pelvis under just slightly. The lower abs are engaging and tucking the pelvis under just a little bit. We're not rounding. We're not pushing our hips forward. It's just a little tuck, but it's initiated from this really, the really bottom of our core. Our palms face forward. Slight tuck of the chin. Lengthen the back of your neck. Tadasana Mountain Pose. On your inhale, we're going to raise our arms towards the ceiling, and exhale, bend your knees, hinge at your hips, and fold forward. Inhale for your halfway lift. Fingertips to the mat, really lengthen out your spine. Try to keep your head in alignment. I have a hard time with this all the time. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands down into the mat, nice wide fingers, and you're going to step your feet back to a plank pose. We're pressing our hands into the mat. Slight dome in the upper back, engaging your core, making sure your hips aren't too high to where they're almost to down dog or too low to where they're basically an up dog. So really press, engage, feel the strength that you have in your body. So this round we are going to do our chaturanga with our knees lowered, so bring your knees down to the mat. And you want to be at this angle. You don't want your hips over your knees. You want to bring your hips forward, and you're still engaging that lower core and keeping everything nice and tight. You're going to send your elbows back behind you and lower down. On your inhale, peel your chest off the mat. Try not to press into your hands just yet. We're using our back muscles to lift. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat. And if you would like a challenge, maybe float your hands off the mat and lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hands into the mat. Shift back to your knees, tuck your toes, and find your downward facing dog. Find your breath. One more breath in. Breath out. Inhale, look between your hands. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, back to that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Press your feet into the mat. Root to rise with a flat back this time. Reaching your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. This next round, we are going to do our full chaturanga. If you feel like that's going to be too much for you, stick with this last version. But we're going to walk through a full chaturanga. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, we lower down. Inhale, we find that halfway lift. Exhale, lower, plant the hands. We step back to our plank. Find that nice strong plank. We're going to hold here for a minute. I like to really use these sun salutations to enjoy a good plank hold. Sorry for you at home. Unless you like plank holds, then we're one and the same. So for your chaturanga, you're going to keep in this nice plank. You're going to bend your elbows straight back. I want you to think, squeeze your elbows towards your rib cage, and you're not going to go past 90. So we're going to stop right here. We don't want to go any further because then we're going to dip a little bit too much into the shoulder joints, and we don't want to do that. So we stop at 90. We squeeze the elbows in, flip onto the tops of your toes. Upward dog, we lift the chest forward. Your thighs are off the mat. Exhale into downward facing dog. Flip over the toes. Send the hips high. 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, flat back. All the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more sun salutation. You choose which variation works best for you. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, bend, hinge, and fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to your plank. Your version of your chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. All the way up, hands to heart center. And we move on. Now we're going to start flowing. So we're going to start with a balance. You're going to shift your weight to your right foot. Pop the left heel. From here, you're already balancing. I want you to engage your core, same little tuck. And balance, I think a lot of new students think balance means stillness. No matter how steady I look when I'm balancing, I am constantly doing micro movements to adjust my balance. So it's really important to take your time. If I go a little too fast for you to find your balance, and then hop back into flow, okay? So from here, I'm already balancing. Arms are gonna come out to your side. You're gonna lift that left knee in line with your left hip. From here, arms are gonna reach up. You're gonna soften that right knee. I'm balancing again. I'm finding my balance in every single movement. We're gonna float the left toes back behind us. Send the toes back, toes find the mat. Crescent lunge. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big breath in. Big breath out. Keep that nice length in your spine. And you're gonna hinge forward at the hips to your charging crescent. We're keeping our torso off that front thigh. So big core exercise here. And then I want you to pulse your thumbs up towards the ceiling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pause. You're gonna anchor that back heel down and open up for your warrior 2. Nice deep bend into that front knee. Front toes are pointing forward. Back foot is parallel with the short edge of your mat. So my toes on my left foot are pointing towards the long edge of my mat. Shoulders are stacked over our hips. We're not reaching forward. I know this is a very strong pose and you just really want to go forward, but warriors are nice and steady. They're centered. So shoulders stacked over the hips. Gaze is over the front fingertips, and your front knee is pressing towards that pinky edge of your foot. Big breath in. Big breath out. Maybe go a little deeper. We want to keep that knee over the ankle. So if you need to, maybe inch the toes a little further forward and go a little deeper. I'm going to flip that front palm. And on an exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep that same bend in your knee. Right arm reaches back. Left arm can rest gently on the back leg or wrap behind your back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Reach further. Inhale back through your warrior 2. Breath in. Breath out. Right elbow to your right knee. Left arm reaches forward. Inhale back through your center. Big breath in. Big breath out. Cartwheel your hands down to your mat. Come off that back heel. You're going to press your hands into the mat. Dome your upper back. Drive your knee to your nose. Step back for plank. Take your vinyasa, which would be your chaturanga, upward to downward facing dog, or go straight to downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. Reset. Inhale, look between your hands. Option here, you can step forward like we've been doing, or if you'd like, you can take a nice little hop to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Flat back all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side. We shift our weight to our left foot, pop our right heel. Find your balance here first. Then we're going to lift that right knee in line with our right hip. Inhale, arms reach up. Soften the supporting knee. Right toes float back. And gently place the toes down on the mat. Crescent lunge. Find your balance. This back hip is rotating forward. We're not opening up. So make sure that those two bony parts of your hips are pointing forward. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep the lower tummy off of your thigh. Engage your core. Lengthen through the fingertips and really lengthen through that back heel. We pulse our thumbs up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We pause. We seal that heel down, open up. Warrior 2. So same things. Front toes are pointing straight forward. Press that knee out. Back foot parallel with the short edge of the mat. And if you need to, walk the front toes forward a little bit. Get a little deeper into your Warrior 2. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep that nice deep bend in the front knee. We sometimes come out of it when we reverse. Stay low. And inhale back up. Exhale, left elbow to your left knee, right arm reaches forward. Same thing as our side bends at the beginning of practice. Shine your chest up towards the ceiling. Really open up. Inhale, come back through center. And on an exhale, we cartwheel our hands back down. Drive your hands into the mat. Drive your knee to your chest. Exhale, back to your plank pose. An option here, choose if you want to go through a vinyasa or meet us right down into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, look forward. And then exhale, we're just going to bring our knees down to the mat. Take your knees wide. Big toes touch. Sit back on your heels. Child's pose. Inhale, gaze comes forward. We're going to come back up onto our hands and knees. Find your plank pose. Your right knee is going to come to your right wrist, and your right foot is going to come out to the left side of your mat, sitting down into your pigeon pose, or your half pigeon pose, I guess I should say. A couple things about pigeon. Our goal is to get the foot in line with the knee. But if you are like me and you have awful external rotation, it's okay. You want to bring the foot in closer towards you so that you can adjust your hips so that they're both facing forward and you're not sitting onto this front hip. If your foot is able to come parallel with the short edge of the mat, I want your foot flexed. If your foot is in more, you don't really have to flex your foot. It's all about torquing the knee. So wherever you are, make sure your knee is comfortable. If this pose in general does not feel good for you, you can swing that back leg around. I'll give you another option here. Lay back onto your back. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can stay here and just press into that right thigh, or lift that left foot up, thread your arm through that hole you created, and grab in front of your shin or behind your hamstring. So stay there if that feels better for you. I'm going to come back to pigeon. Option to stay up on your hands. You're going to get a little bit more of that hip flexor stretch if you are
centering your weight and lifting up through the crown of your head. Or if you want more of that glute stretch, you can come down to your elbows. If you are in pigeon, walk your hands up to your, or walk up to your hands, plant your hands into your mat, tuck your back toes, press your hands into the mat, lift up, coming back to your plank pose, and we're going to switch, bringing the left knee to your left wrist, left foot out towards the side of your mat, and settling into your pigeon. This side will feel different. You see, for me, my hip comes up a little bit more, so I'm going to adjust a little bit. If you are in your figure 4 pose, I want you to let go of your hands first. I'm going to actually do this along with you. If you are in your figure 4 pose, very important to come out of this correctly. Release your hands first. Let the foot come down to the mat, then uncross your ankle so that we avoid any knee injuries. And then you're going to cross your left ankle, lift the right foot, and find your figure 4. Or you can press into that thigh if that feels better. I'm just going to come back into pigeon. Find your variation if you want to stay up high or drop down low. If you are in pigeon, we're going to walk our hands back up. Sit on that front hip. You're going to swing the leg around so you're in a seated position. If you are in your figure 4, release your hands first. Drop that right foot down to the mat. Uncross the left ankle. Bring your knees to your chest and then rock and roll up to a seated position. Find your nice comfortable seated position. Rest your hands on your knees. Soften your gaze or close your eyes all the way. And just take a minute to notice any shifts that have happened in your body. You're going to root your sit bones down. Lengthen the spine, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders up, down, away from the ears, slight tuck of the chin. And reevaluate. Was there more or less you had to adjust to get to this nice, straight, seated position than at the beginning of class, or less? Once you're ready, you're going to bring your hands to the center of your chest, palms touch. Exhale all breath from your body. Deep breath in, may I be free from fear. Exhale. Inhale, may I be at ease. Exhale. Inhale, may I be happy. Hold that one at the top. And exhale fully. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day or a great evening, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This was very similar to my last video. Next week I will have a new yoga flow ready for you guys, but I wanted to give you a longer practice if you wanted something more than 15 minutes. Please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all the things. Let me know what you would like to be working on in your own body, what areas of the body that feel a little bit locked for you, and I can try to make a yoga flow catered to what you have going on. We're a very small community right now. I don't think there's too many people watching, so I have the time to cater things to what you need. So let me know in the comments. I would love to help. Anyways, that being said, have a great day.